Welcome back. Got a piece of 35mm rod here, which I've cast out of inside a tube, and I need to turn it into the cylinder. Now the cylinder has got an offset feature, which is more or less rectangular with rounded edges. Now I don't have a forming tool or a radius cutter to cut these corners, so I'm just going to give it a heavy chamfer. But yeah, the cylinder feature here at the bottom has got a 5mm offset, and I have to account for that when I do the machining of this rod. So I've got my 4-jaw in the machine, so I'm going to roughly dial it in and then give it a 5mm offset. That is after I've cut it in a bandsaw. Okay, so it's roughly dialed in. Now how I'm going to offset my 5mm is by using an M6 nut. It's around 5mm thick. Just loosen one jaw until a nut fits. Remove the nut and then tighten the opposite jaw. And you have your 5mm offset. Okay, I'm going to face off the front, zero my DRO so that I have a reference for the length that I need to clean up. Okay, I've got my collet block mounted in a vise, and I need to find center of the collet. Now this part, when it's installed, there won't be any room to work off this cleaned up space here, and the edge here on the side is unmachined, so you can't use it to find center. So now the trick is just to put in a known pin. Now this is my center finding pin, and I'm going to find center using it on my edge finder. So it's a quick and dirty way to find center if you cannot do it on your part itself. I'm going to install my part with the ellipse running at the bottom. I want to clean up this top first and the two sides and get that up to dimension, and then I'll do the bottom once I've rotated the collet block by 180. Okay, according to the plan, I need to take the top off here, and the two sides must be 10 millimeter off center. So I'm going to use my offsets. Only feature that's not 10 millimeter is this back edge end here. It's going to be square, and it's going to be 5 millimeter offset from the outer diameter of this cylinder. So it's very basic. I need to change my end mill because I've got clearance issues. Okay, turning the block on its side resolved my clearance issues. Because even with a bigger end mill, I would have cut into my collet nut here. Okay, so I'm going to cut it full depth right up to this point here, so that I have a 10 millimeter clearance, and it will leave me automatically with a rounded edge here, which is unplanned, but I'll take. Okay, when I had the animal or the part on its side, I've zeroed my z-axis and I've offset it 5 millimeters upward. So I've taken a pass here. I'm just going to check it, see if it adds up. Seems to be a bit skinny there. Right, close enough. Okay, currently this end is inside the collet, and I need to drill these holes while I've got the part clamped in the collet block. Now what I'm going to do is these dimensions, I'm just going to take 60 millimeters and minus that amount, or these two amounts added together, and that will give me my offset from this end. Now I'm zeroed off on this end here. I know my cutter width, that's 8 millimeter, or the diameter of the cutter is 8 millimeters. So if I offset it by 8 millimeters, then I just add the numbers that I'm getting here, and I should be golden. Okay, the first hole is at 6.75 millimeters from this edge here. And plan calls for a 2 millimeter hole, which is going to be a through hole into the bore. Okay, the next hole is a M4 tapped hole. It's 5 millimeters deep. So I'm drilling at 3.2. You would have heard a grown man cry if that hole went right through the ball. Well, it's tapped, and all the features are melting into it. I've only overshotted this end a little bit. I don't think it will matter, as long as this dimension and offset of the ball is correct, which in this case it is. Well, this was a nice challenging build for me. Bit of a complex setup, but I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Until next time, cheers.